seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. All I do is dream about you, baby. All I do is dream about you. Remember when you loved me, I loved you, and then you left me alone. You know I'd always come back home. We can't pretend that this is the end, baby. All I do is dream about you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. Save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight, it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up, and I will save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight, it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up
That's right, and we're back. We're live on Chicano Tube. Do me a favor, Raza, hit that like button. It's the Domingo edition. Hit that pinchy like button. You're watching on Facebook, you're watching on IG, or you're watching on YouTube Landia. I'm gonna go ahead and make this video, maybe about a 30-minute live, and it's gonna clearly be a message in before we get out of the month of June, the final words, because here comes July. It's the second half of the year, and I don't think the Raza should put any more energy into getting involved in pendejadas, fighting, bickerings, y todo más la chingada, man. But do me a favor first. Hit that like button, cabrones, all right? I appreciate everyone that's already in the comment section. That's right, Richie Looks, my boy. Let's go ahead and just straight give the mensaje first. That way we can get that out of the way, which is proper way we do housekeeping here on Chicano Street. Right here is 100% my message over to the brown influencers. Now, this is not for every brown influencer. This is only for the brown influencers that give a shit. These are for the ones that have huge voices, huge platforms, and give a shit. Again, it's not for everyone. It's not for the clickbait channels. Definitely not for the clickbait channels. It's not for just the ones that want content and want a YouTube check. It's not for you neither, what I'm about to say. Again, it's only for the brown influencers that give a rip. All right. And here we go. You know, the time has never been more needed than for you and I as having seguidores, followers, subscribers to unite. The impact with all of the influencers, if they were all getting solidarity, maybe not agreeing on everything. That seems like an impossible task nowadays, but not agreeing on everything. But we're missing the opportunity to put bullshit aside and get things done. Now, even if we were to unite, say the ones that have the most biggest voices, even if we were to unite, it's still not promised that we can get shit done. That's still not promised. But if we just stay bickering, arguing, throwing chingazos at each other, you don't do shit. You don't do this. The brown versus the brown, right? And instead of trying to work together, we're banging on each other. Straight banging on each other, right? Are you red or blue? Come on now. We're banging on each other and we're not getting a single thing done. So the first 6 months of the year have come and they're about to be gone mañana. It's the last day of the first half of the year. And I'm not going to spearhead the unity movement. I'm going to chill, hit the lake, put some gas in those jet skis, get some carne asada, and crank some oldies. But to the brown influencers that are deciding to, because of their politics, red, blue, come on, because they can't put aside la pinche politica to try to help brown people. And then here comes the brown people against other brown people. Again, let's go back to the message. I want people that watch this on the replay to clearly understand my message. I've reached out now, multiple town halls to all the brown influencers. This missed opportunity is a clear position that you don't want to use your influence. You really just want popularity. That's what you want. The likes and the views are more important to you than the raza. Absolutely. This rare opportunity to unite is now slipping through the hands. I've been screaming from the rooftops. Now, as July 1st comes on Tuesday, your boy will be interjecting with shorts and lives, of course, but just watching all the brown go after each other, right? Hey, who did you vote for? Que te valga madre. Hey, who do you go to bed with? Again, another none of your business question. So people are not using common sense nowadays, but I get it. I get it, right? And they use it in a joking manner too. Hey, send all those cabrones. Let them be the first ones at World War III. I get the humor. I get the humor too. It's funny. What do you think? Who should be the first ones at World War III? Let me go back into some of the comments right now. And then let's finish up this message to the brown influencers before we digress, because we can start talking about the newest law with birthright, the newest enforcement of the Supreme Court decisions on birthright citizenship. We could talk about that. What I've been trying to tell people is about due process. And I think what I said on due process a couple weeks ago, it still hasn't caught. I don't think it still hasn't caught, because they're asking people, they're ICE is snatching up. They're asking them for warrants, right? So the people saw the flyers, right? There was certain flyers that were circulating about what to do when you're confronted. Thought I had one too. No? Okay. Anyways, and people are saying, "Where's your warrant? Where's your warrant?" when they have, if they have the Constitution behind them, they have the law behind them, it kind of just falls on deaf ears. That's why they don't need warrants, I think, right? I was this close last night, right? I stopped off. I had an errand run and I seen a cabron that I knew. And this guy he works for a security company, but he had the vest, he had everything, right? And I was like, damn, this would be a good parody. But I was like, watch how, imagine I drop a short like that. Watch how quick they would come after my ass and be like, fuck that, cancel Mikey, something. If I had, even if I took a picture of him, something like that, I could imagine that's just how the internet is, right? They're trying to get the brown people charged, emotionally charged. That's why they're showing videos of the little girl, 2, 3 years old, walking up to the altar with this gut wrenching music, seeing Abuelita's photo, and Abuelita got snatched up. And is it at the OTI detention facility or one of the federal detention centers? They're also opening another one up in Florida. So Florida now has like Scarface under the bridge. All the people, those are all immigrants too. Come on, Scarface himself. He lived under the Pinchy Bridge. They did another tent city in Florida. And he's just like, illegals over here, illegals over there. I know people get mad when you say that shit, but Chicanos have heard that word forever, man. Chicanos is not a trigger word, but again, I'm only speaking for me. I'm not speaking for no one else, cabrones. I grabbed the Deuce 4 of Negra con Chile. Great weekend. I was just unwinding with the people right now. Just to give my last message to the influencers. Look, listen. Use your voice to reach out to other influencers that want to do something. That's the fabric that sews us together. We give a shit. Everyone else doesn't give a shit. And I'm not talking about, and the peanut gallery, much less. I get it. You know, they have their voice and stuff like that, but the ones that have a following need to put it down, lay it down, DM someone. Let's get together, man. Let's get together. Imagine that. And I'm not going to start calling out names, but imagine that. We got to do something. We don't want to wait 3.5 years while this is the master plan of the powers that be. Keep us divided as fucking high a wall as possible. That pinchy wall is higher than the Berlin Wall between the raza. And I think I've been the only one beating the dead horse by tearing down walls and shit. I think I've been. I don't know. My that's a nice hat, Mikey. Hey, I got it in Mexico, my boy. Look what they sell in Mex, cabrón. Ching. I don't know, man. Getting ready for football season, man. So again, the end of the first half of the year, we been did immigration. We been talked about immigration. Okay. My message to the influencers is simple and it's easy. Reach out to another influencer that has the same desire to make a change. Imagine they see us. Boom. What do we got? We got all the social medias. We got our Instagram united, TikTok. We got YouTube united. We got everyone united to say we want to reform immigration now. Now. That's it. They can do it. They can allocate money for it. They can do it. It could be done. DACA should have been done. I would have made all of the DACA recipients citizens a long time ago because it was a pilot program. What is the point of stringing people on to false hope? We're not giving them a pathway to citizenship, but we keep sending them letters and they think they're good. And what if something happens and they could be snatched up? Again, there's a lot of people like Jimena that go in front and that she didn't she went to like I don't know if it was a congressional hearing or some kind of hearing, and she said, look, I want to be in the United States, and be proud to say that and be like, I want to be here, please let me be here. And it's not now with no extremism, burn the whole shit down, and all these things that are just going to spin our wheels forever. Spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it. Let's talk about birthright citizenship real quick, okay? I'm about halfway through the deuce for you guys. Hit that like button, though. I appreciate you guys. If you're listening on the replay, you can do the same thing, okay? This is my message to the brown influencers. But let's just shift a little bit because it came across my feed. And I'm not saying I'm the all knowing. I got to research things just like you guys. I don't know. It's easy just to go off a meme. It's easy just to go off of the first thing you see. Whoa, wait a second. Half of the people arrested don't have criminal records. But a deportation means they don't have papers, not criminal records. What they're missing is papers. Or am I wrong? Or I'll hold. But I get it though. I get it, right? There's smooth little captions, right? Just throw jabs, the system, the system. We need immigration reformation now. All right, hold on, gente. Let's talk about birthright citizenship. This is crazy because there's some constitutional gray areas on a lot of things, even immigration. You know, in the Constitution, it doesn't say illegal alien. It doesn't say illegal immigrant, nothing. It refers to the people in the United States as we, us, the people, etc. Right? So I guess what they use is, well, if they're not legal, that means they have jurisdiction from another country. They have allegiance to another country. And the children that are born here, this is, again, we're talking birthright citizenship now. And the children that are born here because the parents have jurisdiction and allegiance to another country shouldn't be Americans. Now, what do they base that off of? The Constitution. I just started seeing something on this, like in the middle of the day, sometime running some errands and quién sabe qué. And so no soy el pinche doctor de the Constitution, nor do I claim to be. So Chale Street, okay? But if that was written in the Constitution, just trying to put some context on there. If that was written in the Constitution, para los esclavos africanos, so their children can be seen as naturals, aquí, americanos, right? Then it's up in the air and it's a gray area where you can say that's all children, but say it's been passed down the traditional teaching that amendment, that piece in the Constitution belongs to the children de los esclavos africanos. So if you put more on the context than what I said, put all the weight you want or put no weight on there. If you believe, well, wait a second, it's an open document, it's rewritten and it's just evolving and it's a living document. And now you want to open it up to different interpretations. Well, we need to get in position where we could do something, or else what's our voice worth then? Again, my message to the brown influencers. The opportunity is slipping right through the hands to get together and say, look, I got IG. Look, I got TikTok. Look, I got YouTube. Look, I got Facebook. I got Snapchat. Let's make shit happen, Captain. What are we going to do first? All of our pages are going to unify individually. Hey, we're moving this way. You can do what you want to do. Half you motherfuckers are going to hate it anyways. Half of you motherfuckers are going to hate it, right? The trolls and the haters. But the other half, just letting you know we're making this move happen. And of course, you'll see some soldados fall out. There'll be a little power struggle. There always is. Some people don't agree with the decision. Fuck that. Some people were always telling me, I liked it when you were dissing. I'm like, look, we can't get shit done, bro. We can't get nothing done. We keep dissing. So maybe I lost some fucking subs after I said that, but I wanted to set that tone on January 1st. Shout out to Lucky Sun Zoo. He shared my clip on his IG story. Shout out to Lucky Sun Zoo, man. I started following him. You know what I appreciate about Lucky is because he's authentic. That's why. So he'd be one of the first ones I'd also reach out to and say, look, man, even if it's just there's no relationships, no strings, no ties, motherfuckers only know each other because of the internet. But this is what's going down. I wouldn't mind reaching out to him. This is what's going down as a move of solidarity. This is just for those that want. I mean, half of our subscribers don't give a shit. The other half maybe do, or stay quiet or don't care. They just want you to keep pumping out content, right? But we're looking to make this move because this is how we could shake the every state. But we got to be united first in California, and then let's reach out to Texas. Let's get the Raza states, and then guess what? Guess what? We start doing this major networking where it's like we want our voices heard, and we want reform now. Because again, the thing that's pricking at me is seeing people 20, 30 years that have been here. The fucking cases are so buried, they can't even get a court date. They could have signed they could have signed thousands instead of hundreds of judges. They need thousands of judges. Trust me, we can get the manpower to catch this shit up, man. But my message to the brown influencers is unite, reach out to someone else, bury it, let it go. Your red and blue, your red and blue gang banging is hurting the brown people. Let that shit go too. I get it. We want to be proud of something. I fly blue, I'm left. I fly right, I'm red. Again, it's just more division. It's more Crips and Bloods and shit, you know? And everything, everything blue's gonna believe. Everything right, red's gonna believe. And then there's those people in the middle that are like, wait a second, I'm like this, I pick this, and I pick that. Don't involve me in that separation bullshit. What we need to do is come together. So, gente, when people are showing, they're recording videos and they're saying, "Where's the warrant? Where's the warrant?" Why are they still snatching motherfuckers up and throwing them in vans and shit like that? Because they don't need a warrant. I'm just letting the raza know. I'm not trying to argue a point. Okay, I'm right or you're wrong. No, 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 no. I'm just giving the raza information. They don't need a warrant if they're backed by the fucking law. Where's your warrant? Where's your papers? They could say the same shit. Where's your warrant? Where's your papers? Right? Now, and I get it. Not everyone carries their papers. Okay, give someone a chance. Let them know where they're getting taken to. Let them go home, get their papers. Excuse me, and then let them come back and present their papers if they got papers. Right? Now, a lot of pages are saying people are coming up missing. I don't know. That might be propaganda. Scaring the people again. I've been telling the people, they come on the internet, they're messaging me like, fuck, is this true? I'm like, bro, it's another meme, bro. It's another chaos driving, anxiety fucking causing, depression fucking causing meme that's getting the people like, oh, and I get it. If you don't got papers, you're on edge. I get that. Just like parolees. They're on edge. Just like parolees, they're on edge too. So when they're talking about show me the warrant, I get it. And these videos of them wearing masks and people saying that they're bounty hunters, that they're not even law enforcement officials. I get it, but I get it. That could be true. I don't rule it out. I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. I'm just like I guess wanting to believe that anyone getting arrested is fucking getting arrested. They're coming up in the system. They're not missing. Maybe again, if that's propaganda, that's fucked up because that's like telling the people your ass is about to fucking disappear off planet Earth, motherfucker, because you ain't got papers. So again, that's like some fucked up propaganda. Excuse my language. I'm just like, the shit we're putting out to the people, I don't know if it's true or not, though. I mean, to be honest. Death Row, United States. That's right, my boy. So let's talk about that real quick. Death Row. Drop a comment below. Machete, one of my members, is that's right, my boy. One of the members only. Solid day oneer. Machete's in the casa, cabron. What do you think, Machete and Death Row? 4th of July. If you celebrate 4th of July, you're not raza. If you put a piece of carne asada on that pinche grill, we're watching you. We're the raza police. We're the raza police. If you put any carne asada on that motherfucking grill, vendido, sellout. What? I'm just kidding. I'm having fun with it now, gente. This is crazy. This is my last message to all the brown influencers. Unite. Por favor. Por favor. Is the blue and red politics is making it worse, man. Leave your blue and red just like I left it years ago. Hung up the jersey. I'm done. I'm out. And I'd rather do the most meaningful work, which is change people's lives. Some people say, well, what do you do? What do you do? The 5-6 times I've seen youngsters on the streets on my fucking days off, and they were inside my camp groups, and they came up to me and said, Mike, that shit you were kicking to us every single week. I got an old lady. Here comes a Chicano comes out, right? I got a girlfriend, wife. I got a career, and things are on the up and up because I decided, like you said, handle my business while I'm here. I got to handle. I tell the youngsters, you got to handle your business while you're here. I get that. But when you get out, think of your moms, your grandparents, your future. That is changing people's lives. That's what I do. And drink black cheladas negra con chile, güey. So my message to the influencers is put this shit together, man. I'm not saying I'm somebody, I'm a force to reckon with. I'm Moses. I'm not saying I'm Moses and I'm gonna strike the waters. No. But you're an influencer for a reason. You have charisma. Eres carismática. Eres carismático. Why not use them? Use your subscribers. I really don't even like to say the word follower because I think the only person that should be followed is Jesus. But that's just me. But you can call them followers, my subs, people that support my message. We need to unite. Imagine, boom. American Cholo makes a call, boom. Rhodium Radio, boom, he's on board, but just no weirdos. We can't have no weirdos. Okay? There are no sympathizers. And boom, he makes the call. Then over here, Hoodstocks, he makes a call. Look, we're going to go to Capitol Hill. We're going to let them know how much power we have. We're going to put together a presentation and we're going to want reform now. And then imagine we get to the Latino Summit. Some of us get invited over to the Latino Summit. You can't get your fucking panties all up in a bunch and be like, fuck that. I'm not going to the White House for La Raza. You see how that sounds? That sounds like bullshit. That sounds like bullshit. I'm not going to the White House for La Raza. Well, what do you mean? You're not going? Kim K went several times and got a lot of people released. Kanye went several times, aunque le dicen que el güey le falta tuercas, and he got fucking shit done. Why can't we get someone to go in there? And whoever it is, someone said, hey, get Jesse from Legsit. Whoever can carry our message. Who's us? The brown people. But no, Mikey, you don't believe we have to be 100% indigenous. How many of us are 100% indigenous? Not a lot of us are 100% indigenous. You are? Show me your DNA. Show me your DNA. Probably most of the motherfuckers that they even come on the internet and try to teach something, don't got that DNA. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. Miklo Velka. So yeah, let me read some more comments, man. Pinava got deported by ICE. Oh fuck, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. She was the purest thing on the internet, cabron. Let's put a hit on the vato that made her get off the internet. What's going on with Alex Padilla? He's a congressman. He's a sitting senator. They get respect. The office gets respect. Red, blue. I know you could already prejudge a person. Is he red or is he blue? This is all I said. I said, wait a second. If you crash a press conference that you weren't invited to, it kind of looks like a publicity stunt. That's all I said. I said kind of look, but again, someone could be like, "Fuck that, Mike. He's doing the right thing." You got to blow shit up. You got to disrupt shit. I get that too. I did a lot of disrupting in my time, cabrones. Okay, I got some fucking terrorists. The first time I seen terrorists on my fucking charges, I was like, "What the fuck, terrorism?" I get it, man. But it looked like a publicity stunt. I'm not saying he's not for the people. Absolutely not at all. That's one of mom's last names. Matter of fact, Padilla. My mom's is Arias Padilla de Jalisco, cabrones. So that's the primo. So we include Alex Padilla. We need Alex Padilla. We need everyone to come together. Now in California, unfortunately, the blue don't want to fuck with the red. There was 10 counties of officials. This is going to get people on. If you believe blue politics, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just putting out facts. 10 counties flipped red the last election. It was just the majority of the raza just wanted hope. I'm not saying they wanted a savior, someone that was going to fucking do the job guaranteed. Nothing. It was like the better of the two evil. The raza wanted hope. And 10 counties in California that flipped from blue to red, all of those congressmen, you know what they've done? Democrat politicians in California have shut them out of the Latino caucus. Did you know that? California, it's crazy. That's why over there in red and blue, there's already so much in-house fucking politics that's dirty. Is getting done dirty. They're doing the same shit that the Calles did. Send motherfuckers up, putting hidden cameras, blackmailing, exploiting. I'm laughing, but it's now that I joined the assembly, okay? Shout out to Karina Powers. I kind of got a taste of how dirty that shit can be. But we got to be in those positions to get shit done, no matter if it's red and blue. Here's the new wave, the new generation. Us, the internet, coming together. Brown influencers, do it. Contact each other. Fuck the bullshit. Leave the beef aside. Okay, again, no weirdos though. No weirdos. No anyone we can't bring around our our wives or children. And let's get this shit together, man. We have a boom, all of a sudden we impact California, and then we go over to the Latino summit at the White House. Or maybe it's Jesse Hogan. Shout out to Jesse from Lexit. If he has President Trump's cell phone, direct cell phone, he could say, I seen some shit happen that I didn't think was gonna happen. All the fucking Latinos and Chicanos are united. Their numbers are like this now. Like they add us all up, and we got like 1 million fucking subs. Now we could do some damage. What do we want to do first? First of all, we need some process. We need just some immigration process on people. Well, the citizens, of course. Yeah, déjalos. Okay, so I don't think that's happening. But again, the internet's saying half of the people in CCOT have no criminal record. That means half of the people in CCOT are fishes? No, come on. Someone did a play, right? And they put up, they're on all white on white boxers and shit like that, right? Like in the Corcoran oil, the Corcoran zapato. And they did a play, showing that people from CCOT but half of the people that are getting snatched up have no criminal charges. But the law's going to say, yeah, but they also don't have papers too. ¿Y qué? All right, what do we got? 15 more minutes. So what if I have green eyes? I'm still right. That's right, Nick. I appreciate you, cabron. Yesterday I had an engagement proposal session. I don't know if you've seen that short that I did on the beach for the video we did last night. And she was like a Barbie, yeah, green eyes, all American girl, and all that shit, man. See, people are the Chicano flag. I think I was one of the proponents that made that motherfucker hit, because now they're flying that Chicano flag everywhere. And I'm glad. I'm not trying to just take credit for it or whatever. I didn't create the pinche design, so it's not mine. But what I'm saying is that they're trying to take that American flag away by saying, hey, if you put any fucking carne asada on that grill on the 4th of July, which I think people are actually going to celebrate next week, not this week, right? Because it's before next week. If you put any carne asada on that fucking grill, you're a vendido, puto. That's crazy, to a country that people have almost lost their life to come just for the opportunity. It's crazy. How about turning the eyes not on the United States, but saying, what about the countries they're leaving? Do they have any accountability? Do they have any? Why aren't they bettering their countries? Asking themselves, why are so many people leaving like Exodus, like the Hebrews leaving? Sas, Pharaoh chased them. After everything, all those plagues of Egypt happened, all of those things happened to him. Y era como hermano, man. Moses, they were right there, man. Remember, Moses was raised by the Egyptians. Ahí lo pusieron en el río. It was prophesied. He was going to deliver them. He was made for such a time as this. And what I'm saying is, well, I don't want to go off on the Moses analogy, but what I'm saying to the influencers is you have the power and the influence. 100,000 followers. 200,000 followers on Instagram, 300,000 followers. Well, I'll never work with him. Fuck him. And that's all we hear. I'm not putting anyone on blast because I'm not the kind of cabron that's going to put private conversations out on the internet. But some of these influencers, they didn't want to come to the immigration town hall. They don't want to voice their voice. They're like, they're banging. They rather gang bang on other brown people and keep that up, keep that wall up, and let's gaslight that shit, right? At the same time, we're putting bricks on the wall. That way, there's a bigger division on the raza. Just putting bricks every day with the posts instead of saying, "Hey, let's unite, influencers. We need to come together. Let's unite. Let's use our numbers now. We need reform, immigration reform now. Contact me. I'm available. I'm available. I'll work with you." Is anyone saying that? No one is saying that. That's what's pissing me off. Everyone is just noticing the obvious, the fucking walls that are going up, the gang banging that's going on. Who do you vote for? Yeah, I'll help the raza, but that's contingent on who did you vote for. And I'm still saying I'll still work with you, even if you're an arrogant motherfucker. I'll still work with you because, again, I care about the people. Juan Casas 13, that's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabrón. You just reminded me of he was a hitter. He was from Hebron. I remember his last name was Casas. Okay, this is about 95, 96. He went to YA, and his nickname was Pistolas. I just remember that his last name was Casas. I remember his last because they call your name when you're loading on the buses and shit. I just remember, and I remember he was from Hebron. Shout out to you, cabrón. And shout out to everyone, man. Red, blue makes green, cabrones. Red, blue makes green. Pinava was just shopping and she got snatched up by ICE. Fuck, man, that's gacho. Again, I saw a buddy yesterday. He had the whole outfit. I said, right now I could do a photo like I'm getting snatched up by ICE, a parody, a video. Half of you cabrones would have fucking crucified me like El Señor, sas, and hung me out to dry. And I'm saying, what's new with deportations, man? All these videos with all this dramatic music. I seen my own dad get snatched up several times. I think people come on the internet here and think Mikey's just, he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He ain't been through shit. Yeah, and I remember one time Pops came back bleeding. His hands were bleeding. Knocked on the front door with his hands bleeding. What happened? He got kidnapped. He was tied up in a fucking shack for like 3 days. He jumped a razor wire fence and showed up to the house with his hands drenched in blood. Am I going to make some dramatic fucking story about it and put a crazy soundtrack and say this is whatever? This is, no. But I'm using that to drive me to be like, we need to reform this shit, man. We need to move these cases along. We need to get some money. We don't need 700 judges. We need 7,000, maybe 70,000. How do we get that money? Well, let's talk. Let's talk about it. How much money is it going to take? Then, we need to get in positions of power where we can fucking move money around. And we don't get that if we can't unite in California on the internet. I'm telling you, man. Pinalas here. Cálmate, cabrón. Biker Fest in Hollywood next week. Heard Daniel Paz. Yeah, that's right. No, he was here on San Jose last week. Wait, I think it was last week. Yeah. The Street Low Car Show when I did the chess session, the next one. I have another one coming next week too. When I did the chess session, I asked them if they're going to be going out there. So Big Puppet and Little Puppet were out there, But they did right now. They're doing country concerts, going crazy. All the güeros, boots, fucking all that. They're going crazy at the rodeo right now. July's rodeo month, so they're gonna have concerts, chili cook-offs, rib cook-offs. Cabrones, this is the last message to the brown influencers for the first half of the year. Get at me. I'm always available. I'm easily accessible. I'm easy to work with. I want to work. I'm adding more to my plate. I already got a lot of shit to do. This is more shit, but this is real. This is brown issues. I don't care if you're blue. I don't care if you're red. Sometimes extreme on our politics, it just builds the wall up even higher. Well, I'm not going to talk to you unless we agree on matando niños in our stomachs. It's not about that. It's about immigration. It's about immigration. Keep it on one thing and one thing. Immigration. We want immigration. We want that shit comprehensively reformed. Can we unite for that? Or will you just keep doing cool ass reels for your $100,000 followers? Just cool reels for likes and views. Cool reels. Cool reels. Come on. Biker Fest, yeah, but that's almost good. They push the kegs way with the choppers. Machete has bad choppers, cabrón. Machete has like fucking 2 candy choppers. I've seen some photos of Machete's choppers, custom build. The paint is probably like 10 racks by itself, just the paint. Machete knows. I think Machete likes going to those. They push the gigs and all that. Just putting it out there. I want you guys to be safe. The Mongols go. So all those biker clubs go. But there's a heavy police presence. It's been 30 years, I think, since some crazy shit has happened. There's so many Hudas out there. It's not even funny, right? But the bikers do go to that one way. So a lot of beer, food, and bikes. Pinala is some serial cool. Yeah, orale. That's right, man. Oh yeah, let's finish that topic on 4th of July, man. Let's we'll wrap it up with that one, all right? To make it happen, we need $20 billion a year for the first 5 years. You want to make it? I'm still not gonna say it's impossible, Win. Bro, I'm sure they pissed that much money in a transaction to another country. Give the money away free. I had said that the 43rd and 44th president sent 16 billion to Iran way, and I got some articles from you guys on IG saying he gave them $150 billion way. 150. I was thinking it was 16 billion way. People sent me 2-3 articles. No, he gave him 150 billion. Those kind of bills get passed in the midnight hours with no hearing, no one involved. Am I saying it's a perfect system? No. And even if we do this reform, can another president maybe undo this shit? Yeah. Yeah. It's never a tyranny. It's not a king that's gonna fucking decree it. And it's a fucking monarchy. His bloodline inherits the throne. It's a democracy, which is checks and balances. So 4 years we could have a closed border, and then January 20th of 2028, they're they're showing the videos with 100 bulldozers lifting the wires and people with backpacks running and running. If that's what you want, that's okay, man. I'll still work with you. I'll still work with you. I just want to see some change happen. That way it's like, you know what? I sleep I sleep easier at night. What about all the hundreds of thousands in the next couple years of women that won't be sold and children that won't be sold? What about that? There's a couple 100,000 is the estimate at the rate where the border is shut down now. They're not sending them no more. That's why the cartel is in the black markets now inside the regions. The cartels now have to start doing petroleum, start fucking taxing other things, using other ways to exploit money because they know the border is shut down. Now they're eating donuts at the border. Well, they got way more of them and they're going to keep it funded. But just the way they can fund that, we can get a comprehensive immigration bill if we unite. My message, beating this shit with a dead horse in this live. My message is the brown influencers: use your influence, your charisma. Let's get together, hit California strategically, and get to the president's ear with our voice. We were the reason that he talked about lightening up on the field workers and the restaurant industries and all that shit. We were the reason that came from the podium of the White House, and we're not even united yet. Imagine if we unite, cabrones. Just imagine. 20 billion, that's a lot, man. He says the government has been laundering money since the Nixon days. Bro, what's new? I went to Mexico one time and I saw a car wash around the corner where my father-in-law was, and he was like, hey, no vayas allá lavan dinero. And I told him, well, I mean, in all honesty, mientras que lavan mi carro también. I mean, the closest damn detail shop, you know? And they went all up in the rims and put all kinds of armor on the dash and vacuumed and everything and only wanted like $15. When I told them, give it to me in dollar, I tipped them all fives. I should have tipped them tens, 20s. 1981 says the maggots way. You know what? It was over 50% of the vote. So here's just a dividing wall, right? This is what I'm talking about. It's a dividing wall, right? You've seen the videos, right? There's a carne asada in the backyard, and that one uncle has a red hat. That one, he don't give a shit. He has the hat on. And what I'm saying is this: should that be a trigger? Will another president's fucking face be a trigger? Any president can be a trigger, right? Should we just go back in time and just triggers? What do you think? Just let me know. I don't know. I'm just saying, should it be a trigger? Now, what I'm not down with is the American flag be a trigger. Child, let's street. Going back to 4th of July. I see it circulating on social media. Cancel 4th of July. If you celebrate 4th of July, you ain't Rasa. You celebrate 4th of July, you ain't brown, you ain't down. People have taken it so far, they get really wound up with the internet. These are the kind of people I don't think should be on the internet, right? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start blocking people right now. You can you could express yourself how you want on the internet. That's fine. You could block the whole world too. You cannot be on here too. You have a lot of choices, right? Whatever you want to do with your stuff, right? But here's the thing, man. You want to gaslight the people. Gaslight people that are just got their citizenship too. There's people every single day. Maybe we're not seeing those stories, right? Waving the American flag because they took the test. And now, they're not scared anymore about their social security, getting clipped, a certain deduction because, they weren't a citizen, or different repercussions if you don't become a citizen, right? They're waving their flags every day, proud to be in this country. And they're confused when they go to the internet and telling people, fuck this country. How are brown people supposed to see us acting, man? Not everyone, I get, is going to agree with the same perspective, but just putting this shit out there, man. Just so we know what we're putting out there. What I tell the farm workers is get off the internet. It'll save you a lot of heartache. Get off the internet, man. Mexicans in Mexico support Trump. Yeah, they don't want to talk about, again, it's Mexico. It pertains to them. But I go to Mexico. I've already been there ya cuatro, cinco veces. It's not even, and I'm going to go a whole lot more the second half of the year. That's why I'm saying this is my final message to brown influencers. The brown on brown is why we left Mexico. We don't want to deal with brown on brown. We left Mexico for that cabrones. We're like, all right, Chale Street. We're done with that. But here we are now. You're not this, you're not that, you're not that. Never coming in a respectful manner saying, how can we work together? How can we get things done? Never even approaching it like that. More approaching it like you're denying indigenous roots and you're this and you're that and Chicanos. I'm Hispanic, I'm Latinx, I'm red, I'm blue, and all these walls come up, man. I'm here with that pinchy anvil hammer breaking them off. Can we work together? Yes. Can we unite? That'll be a motherfucker. But yes. If people just say immigration reform is all I want. All I want is immigration reform to be at the forefront, to be budgeted, allocated money. That's all I want, man. If I get that off this fucking channel, I'm done. I'm shutting this shit down. We're done. Mission accomplished. I'll be grilling and chilling and with the familia doing my thing, but proud of the work that we got accomplished if we unite and finally get some shit done for the people. Now, as far as the gang members go, let me talk about what Lucky said. It's true, people don't think that out. Real noble causes. Stop all the deportations. I get it, real noble cause. Now, what you're really saying is not that all the deportations. You really care more about the brown people. Because you probably don't give a shit about the güeros. You don't give a shit about the chinos, los indios, and all that, right? You're talking about immigration when it comes to brown people. That's what you want to stop, right? You're not talking about the fucking chinos, right? I get it, with all due respect. Right? Okay. Well, let's talk about that, man. I talked about it so much the first half of the year. Gente, we'll keep on going. We'll keep dropping content. Don't forget this Wednesday night, we got episode 1 of Chicano Street. That's more entertainment. We're going to balance this thing. We're going to balance the lives over with, brown issues and other things that affect us with entertainment and something a little bit more lighthearted. I got the biggest promoter in Northern California. Was just with Gold Toes last week, cabron. Amanda Gomez. Is it Amanda Gomez? Or Amanda Diaz? I forgot her name. That shit was banging. She was at Back in the Day just yesterday, okay? He's the manager. He's the promoter for Amanda. Amanda what? Perez. I'm sorry. Perez. I'm sorry. He's her manager, promoter. He's from the 831. I got my buddy, comedian, funny as hell. First comedian that I know of that put Salinas on the map. He's going to be there, funny as hell. So I can't wait. That's going to be Wednesday night. But to the brown influencers, I'm done. I've been calling for unity. I'm ready to work with you. Reach out to me. The answer is yes. If you just say immigration, we're getting together. Yes. I don't need to hear anything more. Nothing else. I don't need to hear what politics you believe in. I don't give a shit who you voted for. I don't give a shit who you go to bed with. I don't give a shit none of those subcategories. If you're brown and you have an influence, let's work together. Last comments. Jake Paul Day coming soon. You know what is interesting? If he fought Zurdo Ramirez, I don't think Zurdo Ramirez will sell himself out. I think Chavez Jr. has sold himself out. Again, people they argue this shit, right? Nate Diaz, who hasn't fought the güero, and they wanted it because of the fat ass direct wire. The same pinchy, the next morning, boom, of $10-20 million. People sell themselves. He stepped off the gas on purpose. I think the dad realized, but was also putting on a show like, I got to show that I'm mad and fired up. Se vendió. But if he fights Zurdo Ramirez, I might buy that pay-per-view. That one I might buy. Okay. Libera mi pueblo mexicano. That's right, cabrón. I appreciate you, cabrón. Dale gas, man. Mikey talks about voting policy, but only talks about me. Well, it's because I'm conservative way. But do you ever see me pushing my fucking politics on my guests, like shoving it down their throat? No, and I get there's channels like that because their agenda is politics. My agenda is not politics. I didn't grow up in politics. I grew up Chicano. I went through the fucking struggle. Okay, let's just in generalize that. Made the turnaround, and I think I'm the fucking vision of our forefathers that said we need to get in positions where we can make some shit happen. And I'm screaming that. I'm not saying I'm the biggest voice. I'm just saying I'm a voice that's not going to look at the hood shit, the gang shit. I'm not going to look at the political shit. But I am a conservative because I believe Mexicans, we ain't down with certain things like taking God out of everything, bro. You tell your abuelita, you know, hey, ya no creo en Dios, ya no quiero nada con Dios, te va. She's going to grab the fucking chancla, bro. Y te va a dar un pinche chanclazo, or maybe even worse, cachetada, güey. That's how our parents is. Now, some people will be like, well, Mikey, we don't roll like that. It's, you know, unicorns flying in the air is what I believe. And I get it, man. Then that's a more liberal mindset, but that's not me. But do you want me to start putting down policies? No, we need to come to the table first, bro. If we can't even sit at the table because we want the same common goal, comprehensive immigration reform, everything else we talk about is going to divide us. That's all these underlying things. Hey, what do you think of this? Hey, what do you think of that? Hey, what do you think of? Do we need to go through all these holes, like loops, jump through all these hoops to sit at the same table? Then we'll never sit at the table, bro. Hey, did you vote blue? Oh no, I can't fucking work with you. But the people are unstable and unsecure and don't know if they're gonna fucking go to work or not. I don't think that's a good thing, bro. I think we're in positions where we need to use our influence to make some good shit happen, man. It would blow the shit out of me if I see one of these influencers just say, I want to get something done. Reach out to me, the biggest platforms on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I want to work with you. Let's get some shit done. We're uniting for immigration. No one is seeing that that's what we got to do. Everyone rather throw mud. Singana is a German word. Look it up. Orale. Last comments of the night, Truth Media 101. That's right, cabron. I appreciate you. Was your abuelita a Protestant or a Catholic? Damn, man. Let me see. That's a good one. Let me see. Mi abuelita se llama Margarita on mom's side. She was about 4 feet tall, 100% indigenous with long braids. I mean, her braids almost hit the floor. On my mom's side was crazy. Was my grandpa was as white as a ghost with colored eyes, and they're from Jalisco. But my mom's mom was morena, Indian, strong indigenous features, and long trenzas, right? And then on Pop's side, my grandma was same color skin, but less indigenous features, a little bit more modest, fair look, like a regular, just, you know, Mexicana woman. Protestant or Catholic, they had to be Catholic, bro. They had to be Catholic, bro. I might have been the first Protestant in the family, bro. I might be the first one that got baptized as an adult, you know, at forgot what age. I might be the first one. I did that before I went away the last time. Jake Paul. I know, man. I know. It's if he fights Zurdo Ramirez, it might be interesting because I don't think Zurdo will sell himself out. I think he might kind of want his name, you know, values his name more than the check hitting the bank. But I don't know if someone sells it, bro. If someone sells themselves out, remember what John Q said? Remember John Q? Look at all the noble shit that John Q did, right? All the noble shit he did. And what did he tell his son? And I'm not saying this is the right thing or wrong thing, but what did he tell his son? And make as much money as you can, son. Even if you have to sell out every once in a while. Am I making shit up? Or did John Q say that? I'm just saying that once you make a little bit of money, you start working the money, right? It starts, hey, get a little laundromat, buy a little laundromat, buy a little car wash. Me, I bought a couple little buildings and I rent them out for sweet 16s and sweet 15s. Just little things that me and my wife learned throughout the years and started investing. That way the money could work. So you just need a big bag. You don't need, that much, but imagine $5-10 million for fighting this pinche gabacho and you have to step off the gas. A lot of people will do it, bro. Because the boxing's changed. It ain't about the best, fighting the best. Make the most money and get out. It's gacho, man. All right. Let's see. DC Alan says there's a paisa in AZ, multi-billionaire who's helping Raza build generational wealth. He was just on True Hustle podcast. Okay. I've heard of that podcast. I heard of that podcast. They were giving that guy a lot of shit because he had a guy on there that was saying ICE agents aren't sellouts. And I mean, we had that Mexican Velma on the podcast. Shout out to mi amiga, that Mexican Velma. And she was talking about, look, the analogy of blood in, blood out, it pertains to ICE agents. They call Paco a sellout, but he never changed. Paco had the same pinchy brown heart, the same brown corazon before he joined the fucking police and after he became detective and rose up the ranks. He has the same heart. Just saying, bro. Just saying. But anyways, yeah, that podcast. I'm not subscribed. I should subscribe. No reason. It keeps coming up on my feed and shit. But I thought that dude was spitting game again. Different perspective. Maybe you're like, fuck him. He's gonna indoctrinate you on whatever. Again, just don't push your politics. Don't make your politics bigger than brown issues. And to the brown crabs, I've been on your bumper for 6 months. I'm off your bumper, brown crabs. The brown crabs are the ones that are going after other brown people. I'm off your bumper officially. You ain't tripping on me no more. Go ahead and just burn it down or whatever you want to do. Do what you do. You know what I mean? I'm sure when I check back in with the people, there'll be more fighting, more fierros, more stabbings, more fuck you, more red, blue, more who's beefing with who. Normal shit for brown people. Normal shit. What's new? I was trying to get some comments in. Hold on. It says, so you don't conserve their religion. Interesting, cabrón. I had Lily Floor Art come on and I told her I've been invited to sweats, native indigenous sweats. And she's like, why don't you go? I said, I have no excuse not to go. I made it a goal when I started Chicano Tube. I wanted to tap in with my indigenous roots. I brought a biologist and gave him my DNA. 52% indigenous. This pinchy, I know this fucking Spanish face might throw you off, but I'm 52% indigenous, 47% Spanish, 1% Africano. I want to tap in more with my, I think I'm going to do one of those sweats. But as far as religion goes, I asked Miss Lily Flor what she believes, the creation, the beginning, which she's leans more toward indigenous faith, right? We came from the dirt, she said. We came from the dirt. We go back to the dirt. The names of all these creators, I don't know if that's what you want to call them. It was real interesting. Go back and watch my interview with Lily Flor Art. I think you guys will enjoy that one, man. She talked a lot about indigenous roots. That's one of the things I've been talking about. It's nothing new. That's why I brought 3-4 indigenous teachers on the podcast, is to tap in. Cabrones. I mean, I can't teach you. Let them teach you. But as far as my faith go, yeah, I'm a Protestant. I'm a Protestant. I got baptized in the name of Jesus. There still has to be morals when selling. It's that's just gacho. It's just, anyone that's a sellout, calling someone a sellout is fucking gacho. You're a police officer, you're a sellout. You arrest Raza, you're a sellout. There's a lady going viral right now. They're saying she called the police on her street vendor competition because she has papers and she knew the neighbors didn't have papers. They're saying she called the police. Is she a sellout? Is the viral video of the lady that's allegedly called the police, called law enforcement on her neighbor street vendors that aren't documented. Is she a sellout? What do you call her? I'll leave that up to the people. Comment below. Uh, P Dog's in the casa. P Dog always got. At least it makes you think, cabron. You know what I mean? At least it makes you think. I think maybe P Dog has a degree in political science. Maybe you do, cabron. I don't know nothing. My whole political career. I'm gonna read your comment right now. My whole politics started with episode 911 of Joe Rogan with Alex Jones. That was the first time, February of 2017. That was the first time I heard liberal and conservative. Never even heard those words. Did I vote for Trump even back then? Fuck yeah. I voted for Trump way back then because I was like, well, he's not boring. That's the only reason. He's interesting. He's talking shit. He's over here saying, I gave all these people a lot of money up here and all kinds of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is a hotel billionaire that put Mike Tyson on the map, made a lot of Africanos millionaires, and was always cool with everyone, Oprah, fucking everyone, until he realized, oh shit, politics has an establishment. It has elites. It has a lot even darker shit is going on. He could just go chill at the beach in one of his resorts if he wants, I guess. I don't know, but I know people get triggered. Let me change the subject. People get triggered. People get triggered. Your political analysis is shit. Let's keep it a buck. Let me fill in the blanks for you, cabron. Is shit. Okay. But if you speak on business avenues, income streams, I bet you have a lot to offer. One of the things that I learned early on was financial information, right? Hustles, what to do. Hey, save 5%, save 10%. This kind of loan, you only need 5%. This kind of 3%. Okay, commercial units, 10%. This unit's 20. Once I learned that, it was just a matter of moving money around. And people get mad, oh, you don't pay taxes. You don't pay taxes. Well, if I don't pay taxes, it's because I'm moving money around the way the tax system is set up to benefit me. You don't pay. So that's another one you could throw at someone. Hey, that motherfucker doesn't pay taxes. Show me your taxes. That's I guess that's some kind of skeleton in people's closet. Oh, whoa. What's on my taxes that you're gonna cancel me for again? Bullshit. People know how to use the systems, bro. We're in the United States. Unless you don't like the system, that's cool. And we could bounce. There's other countries, but I think people move here for a reason. Now, as far as the birthright citizenship, I'm gonna wrap it up like this, man. If the parents pledge allegiance to another country, have jurisdiction on another country, it's kind of like, did you know this? This is a fact. This is a fact. Over 70% of the countries in the world, fact check me. Don't just take my word for it. Where you get it from, I don't know. Every time I get it from Chat GPT, I tell them, give me 3 reputable sources. I tell Chat GPT that on purpose. I don't just want to, because I also give me Google general shit. I said, give me 3 of the most reputable sources, and it'll be, the top websites, right? The ones from that they track numbers or government affiliated or whatever, right? I tell it, give me the most reputable ones, and they say over 70% of the kids of the countries in the world do not allow that, because if you have 2 Jamaicans traveling to Holland and they have a baby in Holland, la pinche el país Hollandia, they know that they're not citizens. They belong to another country. They pledge allegiance to another country. They're under jurisdiction of another country. Therefore, that child is not Holland. He's not Hollandic. I don't know if that's the word. Hollandic. Cabrones. Does that make sense though? You're Mexican and you're in China. And oh shit, the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife has a baby in China. But we're visiting over there. Does that child have to be that? Or could it be? There's people that want to milk the system for resources. I'll hold on that. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm out. My message to the brown influencers, I'm not beating this thing with the dead horse anymore. The first half of the year is gone, and I made a promise over to myself. The second half of the year is going to be core memories, traveling, more one-on-one moments with the familia, and we'll be coming on here with Chicano Street episodes, okay, every couple weeks, and the regular lives, okay. But no more am I setting ablaze this thing. Just let, when you see something negative, just know that's what they want. They're not trying to inform you of anything. ICE is coming. What the fuck is new? La migra is coming. La migra is coming has been being said for how many decades? Nothing new. That la migra is coming. What's my advice? Correle, way. Correle. All right, I'm out, you guys. I'm out. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories. I'll see you on Chicano Street Wednesday night.